Okay, this video is writing quotes by Stephen King. So, you know what? I'm not actually a big fan of Stephen King as a writer. He did write a book about writing, though, that I thought was pretty good. I don't even like his genre, etc. However, he still had a few decent things to say about writing. I was going through some of my other books today, and I just came across his quotes on a note card, and I'm like, hey, I should do a video about this, because if I don't do it now, I never will. All right, here's what he had to say. Stephen King, these are all his quotes. Books are the perfect entertainment. No commercials, no batteries, hours of enjoyment for each dollar spent. What I wonder is, why doesn't everybody carry a book around for those inevitable dead spots in life? If you intend to write truthfully, your days as a member of polite society are numbered. And I think that's true, because whenever you start getting close to the truth, you start offending more people. So you kind of got to walk a fine line there. Reading is the creative center of a writer's life. If you want to be a reader, you must do two things above all other things. You must read a lot and write a lot. And I think that's completely true, because when you're reading, you get ideas. Like, I'll sometimes read a book that I've read 2 or 3 times before. And when I say read it, I mean I'm listening to the audio version of it in the car, just because I know that book stirs up ideas, you know, and I'll have a note card with me. I'm sitting in the car, I'm at a stoplight, and I'm like, gee, that reminds me of something else. I'll write a little note to myself, and I'll just, you know, put the note card down in the middle there between the front seats. And then later on, I'll have the note card sitting around, and I'll pick up the note card, and that'll be my idea for making a video or writing a book chapter. So that's where it comes from. I get these ideas from doing that. And also, you know, about my magic bathroom. That's where I get all these ideas. And if I didn't listen to audiobooks in the car and then read in the bathroom, I really wouldn't have much time to read. You know, I'll watch a medical video or read some papers while I'm eating dinner, but that's about it. I don't get that much free time. Okay, Stephen King continues. A real writer, he would write it for the reason he felt that all great literature, fiction, and nonfiction was written. The truth comes out. He would write it because he felt he had to. And yeah, that's the truth too. When I feel like a book should be written, no one else has written a good book in that topic, I just get this energy to want to write the book, you know, and I crank it out. So you got to have that energy and that oomph and that enthusiasm. So here's what he says. When you write a book, you spend day after day scanning and identifying the trees. When you're done, you step back and you look at the forest. Right, you know, it makes sense on your perspective. The story is the most important thing. You should write like telling a story. And I would add, you know, what I've come to the conclusion, I've read tons of things. You know, I wrote an entire book about how to write called Rhyme, Rhetoric, and Logic. Because many years ago, my friends had teased me about my writing, so I wanted to make sure I knew what you could know about writing. And basically the conclusion I came to, and it's pretty well universally known, is you want to write like you're talking to an intelligent friend, like you would tell them a story to them, and how you would talk to your friend, and that's just what works. And I don't think you should do otherwise, because if you dumb it down, then you're bored and your audience is bored. So if you basically just talk like it would be to an intelligent friend, that's going to work, and that pretty much fixes almost all the little problems along the way. Okay, he continues. The story is the most important thing. You should write like telling a story. Once I start to work on a project, I don't stop, and I don't slow down unless I absolutely have to. If I don't write every day, the characters begin to stale off in my mind. They begin to seem like characters instead of like real people. You get the momentum going, you got to keep it going. Okay, next quote by Stephen King. The trust of the innocent is the liar's most useful tool. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, it's almost like they were born to be chumps. Don't get me wrong, I've been chumped a few times myself, but I try to learn from it and not let myself get repeat chumped. You know, like Lucy with the football and Charlie Brown. My wife's chumped me too many times, but we're not going to get into that right now. Next from Stephen King. Training can turn a competent writer into a good writer, but great writers are a different breed. Okay, so those are Stephen King writing quotes.